One. Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. The CEO. 6. Carol Banks. 7. Come on. 8. Masculinity. 9. Femininity. 10. Okay. Because welcome back to the 360 podcast. And we are here to talk about the 360 shifts you need to make in your life. We are moving the needle, shifting it from one level to the next in matters mental health, social health, and physical health. We are here to shift narratives, to shift mindsets, to change lifestyles, and impact our communities right from your doorstep. So today, we have a fantastic guest in the name of Carol Banks. I had to break a bank to get her. She's very busy, and she has. We don't know that she's Black American or Kenyan. We get to hear that she's Carol Banks. She doesn't have Waidera, Achieng. Carol Banks is a professional CEO, Innovare Health Collective, a very busy woman, a leader in this part of Africa, doing a lot of work in South of Sahara, north of Limpopo, where this 60 Shift podcast also wants to impact and influence. So welcome to the show, Carol.
Thank you. Thank you.
What a name. Why did your mom give you the name Banks?
No. My mother didn't give me the name Banks, for the record. And
your father for that matter. Also, dads can name, by the way.
Absolutely. But no, none of them give me the name, actually. It's oh, gosh. I didn't know we were going to start with that. I said we flow.
By the way, I like your name, Carol Banks. I told someone I'm going to be hosting someone called Carol Banks. My goodness, is that a...
it's a personality.
I like it. So
there was B-A-N-K initials, and then I just added an S. Mm-hmm. So very long story, but it's not a man's name. Like, it's not a man that's in my life. So it became my stage name. So I wrote a book, and the author of the book is Carol Banks.
Wow.
So I have a very artistic side of me to the science, and my stage name is Carol Banks, and it became bigger than my traditional name or any other name I could ever go by. So it took over. So I'm Carol Banks.
I like the art, and I won't put it down by saying, can you tell us what those names were? I will not. Let us stick at Carol Banks.
Yeah.
A tinge of sophistication. So welcome to my show.
Thank you.
We are here to influence lives. And you actually look amazing.
Thank you, Ken.
You keep fit. Clearly, you look like you keep fit.
I do.
Do you keep fit?
Yes, I do.
And no pun intended, but also I see you drink water, you are... This is a proper CEO, a leader. And we are here to unpack femininity and masculinity. And I would like us to get you to a contest.
Okay.
A push-up contest.
Okay.
Can you do push-ups?
I can do push-ups.
Okay, yeah.
Are we doing together?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Sure, even better. I would have loved to supervise and instruct, but let's do like 10 best. Are you ready?
Let's do.
Do you do this every day?
Well, not push-ups every day, but I do exercise. Pretty much. I take a break on Saturdays, so today is my rest day, but yeah.
10 doesn't hurt.
10 doesn't hurt.
Let us put her to test. Carol Banks, you need to break the bank to do this. Let's go. Okay, you can move further.
I'll move a little.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we ready? Okay, let's go down 1. Wow. 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. The CEO. 6. Carol Banks. 7. Come on. 8. Masculinity. 9. Femininity. 10. Okay, we can stop there. Clearly. Good job.
Cool. Thank you.
Wow. Is this the way you keep yourself sane? Because I know you have a very busy schedule.
Actually, the word sane is the most appropriate word to use when it comes to exercise for me. I exercise for my mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah, because,
we have just released some feel-good hormones right now.
Exactly.
They're just gushing in our brains for this show.
Yeah.
Welcome, Carol.
Thank you, Ken.
So I actually remember one of the famous women leaders in the world went to a show in the US, Michelle Obama, and she did like over 20 push-ups. And she was such a busy woman then.
Yeah.
And I think she is still now, writing books like you have also written a book. I did not know about that. I would love to hear more about that book.
Yeah.
And I think it's great for women and men to read,
Absolutely.
right? And also work out.
Yeah.
So getting us to focus, that was just to set our stage and have a deep conversation. I have been having a series of conversations with men and, you know, the likes of Effie Hunja, Wamboye, men who are really influencing the world and shifting narratives around masculinity and femininity. So we want to look at this discussion from a woman's point of view, from a feminine lens, and what a person to get this discussion going. And so my first question, do you think Shaggy was right when he sang the song, The Strength of a Woman? Look at you. You are a professional, a CEO, a mother, a leader, passionate about mentorship, and you're still parenting and doing all this. What do you think about that song?
I think he was spot on.
Yes.
Women are so many things, so many great things actually, and the silent strength in women should really be harnessed and really be treasured, because like you just described, at times I don't even know how I do it. I do so much.
Yeah.
I told you I have an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old.
My goodness, you have an 18. She has a Gen Z, actually 2 Gen Zs in the room.
Yes.
I think 14, they are beyond Gen Alpha.
Yeah, that's right. So I've got 2.
Does she look like she has a Gen Z?
Of course I do.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that being a woman is a great thing, but it can also be extremely challenging because we are at the center of, almost the center of the universe.
Yes.
For example, we are here right now.
Yeah.
If I ask you about your children and what they are doing right now, you might fumble. But if you ask me, I will tell you. For you, there might be somebody else in that department and looking after that department. But that's my department. Whether I am in Geneva with you or I am, whatever I am, I remain really the focal person for the children.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is your primary role.
That's my primary role here.
Parenting is your main job.
It's my main job.
The CEO work is...
It's a side hustle.
It's the hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would like to... I really like what you say. And one time I saw an analogy. Someone came over on stage with a handbag. And the handbag belonged to a woman. And she had so many things in it. There was an umbrella. There were wipes. There was even snacks. Like the bag was full of stuff. And that bag was just showing us, denoting how busy a woman is. We expect so much from women. And then we men, we know what you expect from women, even in the wee hours. We still expect women to perform at work, at school, at home. There's a lot expected from a woman. And now here is a question. On to my first question.
Yes.
As a leader, mother, and professional, do you think we have become clearer or more confused about the roles of men and women? Are there signals you feel are concerning you about how men look like and how women look like? Yeah.
I think more and more, I live a very simple life. I have a very simple way of looking at life.
Yeah.
There's so many things that have shifted since the way, especially I'll talk about the African setup because that's my orientation. It's Africa. I think that things have really evolved and things have really changed. And with the evolving needs of a family, right now, you can't say this is strictly the role of the man to provide, and strictly the role of the woman to nurture. There are very many interwoven kind of expectations, not expectations, but responsibilities right now are extremely interwoven because of the days we are living in. So the expectations that there's a man's role and a woman's role, I think we are becoming a little bit more unrealistic as we progress. We are evolving, but we are not evolving. We're evolving, but we're not evolving. Yeah, because all I see right now in the internet is gender wars, as opposed to people thinking we are evolving, the world is changing. How do we adapt to these changes without making it a men's problem, a women's problem, and a war between the two genders? Because to me, it made sense to say the man was the provider during my grandfather's years. Because my grandmother stayed at home. She made sure that the shamba, everything was running. That was a job. The animals, and primarily the children had everything. And the man would go to the city and had a job, will have a salary, and maybe every 2 weeks or every month he would travel up country. So the clarity on who was doing what at that point. Now, we are all in the city. At what point do you expect that one person is doing and the other one maybe not doing?
There was no ambiguity back then. In fact, I think my grandfather and my grandmother could not divorce because the roles were very clear.
Absolutely.
The man provides, the man brings home the gazelle or the goat, and the lady will prepare it, and there was no competition. And that was clear.
Absolutely.
But right now you see also divorce has risen. There's a lot of tension. We are all confused. And we also don't want to talk about the alphabets. There's another confusion. Some people even saying, I don't know how many genders are existing right now. We are in
confusion. And a lot of, and I think that like the reason I say I like to live a simple life is to be adaptable. For example, in a home setup where you have a man and a woman, a wife and their children, it can't be that if the man is home, the wife is still at work, that he can't fix a meal because he's an African man. See, that's the level of evolving that we are talking about. Are there men who are doing it? Absolutely. But also, I feel that there's a lot of talk, internet, media, that paints an image of almost deceit. Because when you go home, Ken is cooking, Ken is fixing, and then Ken's podcast, Ken is swearing he'd never do such things.
And then imagine the mother-in-law is coming to visit, and now your wife has to manage you on the day she comes. Make sure you are seated at the sitting room. Just to manage. Public relations. I think it's complicated. We need to, because the more we complicate life, the more we stress our bodies. Like you said, you've just released feel-good hormones because we exercised a little. Your body also releases chemicals that affect you in a negative way when you're constantly in a fight mode. So instead of fighting, maybe we need to think more about the sweet spot of what the roles are without necessarily putting it like it's a fight. I like what you're saying. And shifting that conversation to the next level, are there certain roles you feel are important for men to retain? Or should we say we are equals and thought partners and anybody can do anything? Are there certain roles that women also need to retain? Especially now, like you've mentioned, a lot is evolving. The world is moving so fast. Our culture is not shifting as fast. But again, what do you think?
So like in my situation, I'm parenting alone. So it becomes a very tricky question for me because if I tell you like now in my situation, I would like to have help. And I'll tell you something. The help I feel I need is not, it's very gender fluid. It's not, even if today I had a man living with me doing everything, or rather living every day with me, I wouldn't have a clear-cut like roles and responsibilities that I want him to come and take from me.
I see.
So I'm paying school fees. I'm making sure there is food. I'm making sure there's a house. I'm making sure the cars are running. I'm making sure very, very many things are happening.
My goodness, you're doing everything.
I'm doing everything.
You're doing a man's role and a woman's role.
Yeah.
For the family to survive.
Everything, yeah. But now, if you asked me, what are you doing that you think should be done by a man? I'll tell you, I think what I need is help. For example, I'm traveling to go and see my son.
Yes.
At times, I just need somebody to actually make sure the logistics are already organized.
Yes.
And that's why for me, I don't think that really is a man's role. I just need somebody to say, instead of doing this and this and this on this day, how about we do this and this and this? So it's not really because he is a man. I am looking for support, right? So if I have a to-do of 20 things, I would feel so much better if I had 10 and somebody else was taking care of 10. And it doesn't have to be he pays school fees or he pays for the house or he pays for the cars and then I figure out the food. No. I think to me, and especially why that question makes a lot of sense, is because I'm doing everything. So if somebody came and said, oh my God, I'm coming in and I want to know what exactly you think as a man in your life I need to take care of. And I'll tell them I don't have anything in particular that has to be taken care of by a man or that gender specifically. It's the support. I need support.
You know where I'm stuck at? I cannot believe that someone like you would actually... there's so many men out there who would want someone like you. Like, I'm wondering, out of how many billions are we in the world? We are like 7 billion. Like, there's a half of them could be all men. I'm sure... But
that's a story for another
day. Yeah. But now the $1 million question is Carol Banks. And now that you're actually Carol Banks. If a man who is not as empowered like you or with clout like the one you have, the influence you have in this part of the world, approached you and said, I want to give you that help.
Right.
And they're not making enough money like you. And this is the conversation we've been having. It's a tough question. It's a tough conversation. Many marriages right now are confused. Because you find guys graduate, they get into the work market, into the labor market, and there's so many dynamics. You find some men start off very well. They lose their contracts. Then the women are on a proper career trajectory. They keep moving forward. They surge forward. So you find the power dynamics shift as the economy is shifting and the stop work orders and all these things happening around us. What's your take?
I think that money, for me, first of all, is a servant. Money is a means. Like if somebody invites me to a fundraising, I don't want to go. I send money. So money to me has always been a servant,
money
not a master. I don't care.
Mic drop point.
It's a servant.
Yes.
So I can't fight over a servant. Money, number one.
Yes.
That said, I think that men and the issue of a woman empowered, has money, has everything, it would be a you problem as a man.
Yes.
Because I think you people put too much value on money that you're constantly looking for a cue or any sign that the woman is doing whatever she's doing because she has more money. So like now if I was to date a man who's got the means, my nature remains the same. I don't change.
You don't change.
So I'll still be the cutthroat corporate woman. I'll still be chasing the day-to-day. It doesn't change the fact that I am seeing a very rich, well-to-do man. Because for me, I am an individual first before this man comes into my life. Now, what value you bring to the table should not be a total number of how much money you're bringing. But now let's flip this. Let's say a very interesting man realizes, I like her. It doesn't matter. She's got more money than I do. I'm really still gonna pursue her. And then I'm like, oh, wow, yeah. And then he realizes along the way.
Are you listening? You young, interesting, humorous, talented man. Come on, huh? Come on, let's go.
and we get together.
Yeah.
But my personality, again, the person that I am, doesn't change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, I didn't change for the rich man.
Yes.
If he pushes some buttons, I react the same way.
Yeah.
Because I am Carol Banks and that's who I am.
Yes.
Now, somebody else comes along.
Take me as a package.
Yes. So this other man comes along. He doesn't have the packs that this guy has. And now, when he pushes my buttons and I react, he wants to capitalize on she's doing this because she's got more money.
I see. And that is playing the victim mentality.
He's playing the victim.
Yes.
And I'm being Carol Banks.
Yeah.
I'm just being me.
Very clear. So you are breaking that myth that empowered women cannot handle a man who has got slightly less money than them. In fact, you're saying that that's not the main thing. Money is a servant.
Money is a servant.
It's not the master.
Discussing a servant. It's a non-issue. But if every fight we have, you will go down that it boils to money, unless I articulate it, unless I voice it, unless I tell you.
Yes.
And if I am getting into a relationship with a guy who's got less money than I do, I can't start, then when he comes in, I start telling him that you haven't paid school fees for my children.
Yeah.
That was not on the table at that particular point. So then he can say I'm undermining him because of money. But if we got together and I continued running the money beats the way I was running them, I will still pay whatever I used to pay.
Yes.
And my expectations, you already know, we are traveling. If you can help with the logistics, we're going to hire a car on that side.
Yes.
It doesn't matter whose credit card is going to deposit for the car to run. It doesn't matter. But the fact that you can do all those things, remember my list of 20? Yeah. You've taken 10. I don't care what lines you've taken, but men always assume that if those 10 are not money, she will undermine me or she's undermining me. The problem is you guys mostly. We are the problem.
Actually, it is the height of toxic masculinity when a man equates his value to money. Because money comes and goes. And aggression and domination, those are the signs of toxic masculinity. But again, circling back to this conversation, I am curious. If you have seen men who come and approach you, but they get scared of your accolades, do you see those kind of interactions where men are chickening out? Or would you say that people realize later and then they take another line?
I'm very unassuming. So it's rare that I'll come and introduce myself as this and this. So unless somebody already knows me, they wouldn't know all those things.
Who this person is.
But I see people changing, men changing the minute they see my car or the minute they hear about the children and where they go to school, the minute they know the address.
They duck.
I see the change, the shift comes. And it saddens me because
very sad.
We're here now. Everything that's outside there doesn't matter right now at this moment. So I feel that we've also gotten into this culture of you don't want to know somebody else who they are. You want to know what they have. And that really waters down human relationships. And so I love it when I'm out there. When the world doesn't even know who I am.
And we judge you for who you are.
And they judge me for who I am. And I have an interesting time out there. Both with men and the women that I meet, because I feel that they are not judging me based on what did she drive in or where is she, who is she, where is she going, kind of thing. I think that for me, I've been very busy with work and my children that I haven't really dated and haven't really opened myself. So I can't really talk a lot about dating. But I see that for even some of my friends. That the man will be like, oh, I'm taking you to the car to drive off and at the end of the night. And then the guy is like, whoa, I'm like, whoa, what? Whoa, what?
Do they chicken out?
And I'm like, I'm so unimpressed. Why are you? What?
Yeah, it's actually embarrassing the boy child in that sense.
Yeah, why are you intimidated by some metals put together?
It is not the right thing. And now, so I would like to then ask us a question. What values are we looking at that would draw empowered women to men irrespective of the servant who is money? You talked about someone who's interesting. What are those values that are diminishing in our ecosystem that would attract someone like you? Because this is one of the challenges we're facing in the society right now. Yeah.
I think both genders, we are no longer as grounded as we used to be. Our values have really eroded. So for me, I value respect a lot and mutual respect. So I'm not asking to be respected as I'm busy disrespecting somebody. I value honesty. But we are not honest these days. People are telling lies every day. People are cheating. You see, I think for like at my level right now, I'm not looking at chasing somebody, asking them, where are you? What time are you coming home? I'll sleep. Because sleep is very important right now.
For your mental health.
For my mental health.
Yes.
I will just sleep. I will not run after you. And I think that's what makes it the dynamics of younger men, older women, more accomplished women versus whoever. I think that's what really complicates it, because right now, I don't care how much money you have. I want to be respected as I respect you. I want honesty as I'm also honest with you. I am grounded. I don't run around. So if you're running around, for me, it's a lack of self-respect. And if you don't respect yourself, how will you ever respect me?
I see.
Right. So forget the money. I want a simple life. So if you're complicating it by being with every other skirt that's passing, then we can't.
So those are the values that are diminishing in our society. And I would like to have a conversation about what men have influenced our society or influenced you. What role models have you seen? And I'll tell you some of the examples I've seen in the community. I have seen some men like Dr. Githinji Itahi from Amref. He's a man who's worth his respect, and he's influencing public health, community health in the world. One of my bosses at Luala, Julius Mbeya, is a man who is leading at the front, and he's a man you can emulate, and you can say this is healthy masculinity. And maybe I can mention one, the late Bob Collymore. I thought he was a man who influenced the music industry. He influenced the Safaricom business venture, and even had a boys club, because men, one of our weaknesses, one of the signs of toxic masculinity is us not embracing one another. Women can have chamas and they're able to meet their social lives and reduce their mental load, release all the feel-good hormones, reduce the cortisol that stresses them. And then men, we are sort of lone rangers. But if busy men like Jeff Koinange and Bob Collymore and Peter Kenneth would actually meet monthly from a boys club to just share, those are men I think we can emulate and admire in our society.
Absolutely.
I don't know whether there are some men you've seen in the global scene, feel free to mention any, that we can point people to, because we talk about healthy masculinity, but we are not solving the problem. We are busy telling people, young boys, you have a son. This is what you should not become. So show me, who can I become? Who can I emulate? Who are the role models?
I think that I'm also very realistic when it comes to what I expect. But I'll tell you, I have been extremely lucky. I'm sure you looked up IQVIA, and IQVIA, being a global Fortune 500 largest healthcare consulting company, it's definitely traditionally it's a space that was very male dominated. And so I worked with a lot of great men. I have never been respected in a workplace like I was at IQVIA. For the 10 years I worked there, I would almost say most of my bosses actually were all men. And the refined healthcare leader that I am today is as a result of many men that I've interacted with in the healthcare industry. And in my book, I honored a few of them. And they might not be the popular ones that you know. For example, I talk about Professor Lule. He's a gastroenterologist, Ugandan, but really Kenyan. And when I think about Professor and I look at his life, the way he's lived his life, his children and everything, he is a man of honor. And I'm thinking about Dr. Amit Thakur when I started off in IQVIA, and I really didn't know how to convene. I remember me convening in Geneva with so much zeal and so much confidence.
He's a trendsetter, global citizen.
But that confidence has been instilled in me by people like Dr. Amit Thakur.
That's Africa Health Business?
The Africa Health Business chairman. He is the convener par excellence. But I have sat under Amit. He has done things for me that very few people would imagine. He would rise up to come and give a talk on behalf of IQVIA at 7 a.m. at my invitation. So I have grown to enjoy working with men like him because he models humility, he models support. And then I worked under another Amit coincidentally in IQVIA, and he was my boss for a very long time. And the guy pushed me to become the best version of who I am today. I am as a result of so many men, a few good women, but mostly, if I was to write about my career, which I have done, it is filled with great men. So when people talk about masculinity, I have enjoyed positive masculinity for very many years.
I feel like clapping there.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, because we give so much premium to toxic masculinity, but there's a lot of stories on
great
healthy
men.
masculinity and great men.
And that's professional. At a personal space, my goodness. Right now, I'm enjoying like a circle of men, solid men with families, and their wives are such good support. And you see, the problem with our society
they
is
don't
that
feel threatened.
Those
are men who are comfortable.
And the women as well.
And the women too are comfortable.
Very comfortable, but I give the accolades to these men who are in my circle, and they keep reminding me, you don't have to figure that out. You don't have to figure that out. We've got you. We've got a community of men who are supporting you. And so my children have a backing from men who are solid, running their families, good families, running businesses, corporate, and they are also a support to me. Possibly maybe why I'm not even care to date, because I have all the support that I need in terms of like socially, you know. So I think that I will never participate in all these toxic masculinity conversations, because I think what you amplify and you give your voice and render your voice to is what really becomes your world. And my world is, I have been extremely fortunate to be nurtured, to be mentored by real great men, especially professionally. And then coming back to I'm becoming very aware that my social life had been neglected for a very long time as I was trying to navigate a few things.
As you grow your career?
And taking care of the children after my divorce. So I was very conscious about making sure the children are well taken care of, and my work remains solid, that I neglected my social life. But now coming back to try and socialize, I am receiving so much help from the men in my life who are not trying to date me. They've got their families, and the families know that I am here, but the men have been a huge support.
I like that. We have solid men there who are not interested in other agendas that are clandestine,
especially,
but they are focusing on mentoring your son or giving that support system. And I resonate that with you. One of my very good friends passed away, and my wife asked me to walk with that family the two of us.
Yeah.
And we are growing together with them. And I'm seeing the impact of her son playing with my sons.
Yeah.
And she's a widow.
Yeah.
But I can see the power of men coming out strongly to support those women who have either divorced or separated or been widowed, to just support the boys in those homes. Because if a man does not tell a boy that you are a man, however much a woman wants to tell that boy, man up, that boy will never man up.
Absolutely.
We will need a man to call out the manhood in another man.
Absolutely.
Do you think so?
I agree. Yeah? Like I love my son with every fiber of who I am.
Yeah.
But the reason he's in the boarding school he is in, because it's not a random school.
Yeah.
It's because the school promised me and promises parents who take their children there that you give them a boy, they'll give you back a man who
Which
will
school is this?
contribute. Well, it's in South Africa. It's called Michael House.
Michael House.
Yes. They tell you give us a boy, we will give you a man that will contribute positively to his community. And he's also going to be a great father and husband. And I was like, wait a minute. I don't have the capacity to make Nathan to be into a man because I don't know how to be a man. And I also do not want to trouble myself trying to make things work, whether it is with his dad, which he does say his dad is fine. But there's a modeling that needs to happen in an environment. Almost like an 80-90% where there is real men, proper men, pouring themselves into the boys. And that's the reason my son is in that boarding school.
Interesting. I think I like the business model of that school because they have seen a problem that they need to solve.
Absolutely.
Because 80% of even the boys in prison have grown without that mentorship.
Absolutely.
And you are seeking that service and somebody actually has that problem solved.
They have it. The school is of 100 years. But but if you look at the history of the school, the men they produce are men of honor. In fact, it's so funny. My daughter also went to a boarding school, a girls' boarding school in South Africa. And she'll be like, Mom, we know Michael House boys when we see them, whether they're in uniform or not.
Because their character goes before them.
They are men of honor. Even before they leave school. So for me, I look at masculinity, I look at men and the role they have to play. And I think when you ask me about what is this role that is a man's role, that is a man's role. To make sure that the generation that's coming of men are men and men of honor. I can't do that as a woman. I can't do that as a mother.
We need to rise up.
You need to.
As men.
Yes.
Challenge taken, and we are trying.
Give us men. Give us men from the boys.
We need to produce them.